Wait. So sit a little.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
I'm gonna put in the code. Put in the code.
So we were just talking about all things California.
We were. Mm-hmm. Hey.
You know, all different things. Global warming.
We've been getting real deep here.
Yeah. We've been talking about all different things over here. So we are super excited for Chanel Fielder.
We are really excited.
She is our special guest today. You know, we should have some music playing in the background. I'm just thinking
right?
about it. It's a little quiet over here. But we're going to meet with Chanel. For those of you that don't know her, she is
Hey, Beth.
beautiful, beautiful woman who was on the show Wags, and she is married to Prince Fielder, who was a professional baseball player. So she's going to be joining us shortly. Hopefully she does have internet service because she's in the middle of a hurricane in Florida. So that should be interesting. We'll see what she's all about. Maybe she can show us live what's going on outside.
Yeah.
That would be kind of interesting.
Okay, so...
My mother-in-law is also going through the hurricane. She's in Tampa, and she is in a state of panic.
Casual. She is panicking.
Okay, so we are going to post this code here. Let's see. Oh yeah, pin it. Whatever it is. Sorry, we're like turned a little bit sideways, but so we are going to get this started. Hello, everybody. Ashley. Oh yeah, didn't it? Pin comment. Okay.
There we go.
So we have a code for all of you that are watching that want our growth factor. Like, I just want you guys to see my skin.
There, Dr. Sarah.
Like, look how great my skin looks. And the only thing that I've been doing differently has been, well, of course, Botox, but besides that has been the growth factor. And really, it's like transform my skin.
Yeah. When did we launch the growth factor? It's pretty new to our collection.
A month ago?
Yeah. And
something like that.
I mean,
look.
Your results speak for itself.
My skin looks so
really good.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, really
this
really
is
good.
Like old skin, and it is looking good, girls.
No.
Yeah,
it looks great.
It looks really good.
Yeah,
and your skin is definitely
cleared up.
So Ashley was getting this thing.
Let's tell a little story.
Yeah, let's tell a little story
time.
Ashley was getting a little mask-y, and she's like, these masks.
Yeah.
I think it's the mask, and and so I'm like, okay, well, what? And she's trying to blame her products on it, and I was like, well, what are you using on your skin? So tell us what you...
I listed a number of products. So for a while there, I was really into layering all of my skincare. And not all of it was YovinoMD. I was mixing some drugstore brand products with our medical grade skincare products. And it wasn't working out for me so well.
Well, because what is that? Okay, so I was like, well, what are you using on your skin? And so, sorry, I don't know if you guys can see that, but... So like, what are you using on your skin? So she's like, oh, I'm using this and that. I'm like, where'd you get that from? Oh, well, I've been using it for years. I'm like, I don't care that you've been using it for years. You've also been breaking out for years, and we're trying to control your skin.
Yep.
So what exactly are you using? You know, there were some we won't have to name the products, but there were some famous brands. They were some famous brands. Yeah. And so I said, why don't you stop all that stuff and only use YovinoMD? And look at her skin now. I mean, look, she is not broken out. No breakouts, nothing, zero.
And I'm still wearing my mask, so
yeah.
There you go, people. There you go. And filler, I've just been using filler in a bottle. Really? I just really tried to control. So
what are you using to wash your face?
Well, the Ideal Cleanser.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm using Ideal Cleanser.
Are you using the toner?
And I'm using the toner.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm using the toner. And I'm using
the retinol.
Not yet. I'm not using the retinol yet. I'll start that now that the sun's like gone. And then what's the purpose of the growth factor cream? Ooh. So the growth factor cream goes in and it repairs any damaged DNA. So when you're in front of these bright lights, whether it is on your cell phone, on your computer, if you're somebody who works on the computer a lot, or just the damaging UVA rays, they damage your DNA in your skin, and it causes wrinkles and causes discoloration and sagginess and breakdown of your collagen and elastin. So the growth factor goes in and stimulates regrowth and actually heals your DNA. So it repairs and sort of reverses all that damage that you did like this. I will drink to that.
So it reverses the damage, it clears up, and it really sort of reverses any signs of aging that you may have. So it's a great supplement. It is a collagen builder. It builds your collagen and elastin. So that is really what growth factor does. And it is a great coupling agent. We have a few products that will help boost your collagen. Retinol is one of them. Growth factor is another one. And our wrinkle erase serum is our third. So we have a package if you want to really boost your collagen as much as possible. So, you know, and then there's other things to resurface your skin. There's ways to like keep your youthfulness. And that is like you look at your texture of your skin. If the texture is what you like, then you're great. Just use products to maintain. But if your texture is starting to look a little like cobblestoney, your pores are wide, you have dull complexion, you look like
dusty.
Yeah, you feel like you're looking a little like worn. Then you got to do things to rebuild that collagen and to make your skin look healthier. Products maintain you.
It's like feeding your skin. You got to feed it well. Just like you have to feed your body well,
right?
You have to feed your skin well.
Right. But lasers and radio frequency and other things like that help resurface the skin. So there's a few components into it. It's what's underneath it with like fillers and things like that. The wrinkles from Botox. Chanel's here. So Chanel's going to join us in a second. And then there is the texture of your skin. And then, here we are. Here we go. Okay, we're going to go live with her in a second.
Coming in hot.
Yep.
Coming
Can't wait to see
hot.
what she is experiencing. Fashion will be late.
Hi.
She made it.
I had to figure out how to do makeup again.
So how you doing? Is that water or beer? Let us know first.
It's a water.
Okay.
Man.
I've been 7 months in quarantine, so I think my liver hates me at this point. So
Right. Aww.
So we are so grateful that you're joining us. We know it's a little bit hectic right now.
Oh, like I said, it's fine. It's part of it. But thank you for having me.
Well, thank you.
I wish I was there in person.
So has the rain started? We know you're in the middle of a hurricane, so let us know what's going on outside.
Yeah, it started. It's a little hectic, but we're making it work. It's part of it. At this point, we're just rolling with the punches.
Do you do storm shutters and everything, or are you guys just kind of winging it?
No, we just kind of do what we can and, you know, kind of tape up things if it needs to be, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Nice.
When we lived through our first hurricane in Miami Beach, we were so nervous because everyone said it was going to be like, you know, we're going to die. And so we took and put all like our everything in garbage bags and wrapped it up. And like we went overboard and we got the storm shutters out. We put them up. And, you know,
well, generally when you don't do that is when it's really bad. So that's what I've learned.
Right.
So like I said, we do what we can. But
COVID, you know, in the beginning, I was washing my groceries. You know what I mean? I was wiping everything down like crazy, and now it's like hand washing and masks and things. But in the beginning, it was like I didn't know what I could
Justin
touch.
stood outside and I would open up the box of cereal, and I would go in and pull the insert out with all this, and then pour it in something and throw that out, and then we'd wash our hands. I mean, we were a little overboard.
no, we're still doing that. Like that's
really?
Good for you guys.
like it's still like a 3-hour process. So. Yeah, the whole family hates grocery days. It's really bad.
I can only imagine. How has COVID been for your family? You know, what have you guys been doing? What's it been like for you guys?
I think we're probably like the only people in America that have legit been quarantined since March. So yeah.
I thought Florida's a big party. What do you
Exactly. And that's what scares me. So every time we start getting to the point of like, okay, maybe we'll venture outside, and the numbers skyrocket, and it's like a big, huge thing. So we've done little things like we went to go vote, we went to a protest, you know, other like little things like that, but nothing major. So.
But you guys live, like you live on a lake, right?
Right.
You have a boat.
We do. So
are
you know,
able to go on that and enjoy.
Yeah. So it's kind of. Everyone joked in the beginning because it's like, oh, your house is like a vacation anyway. So we built it to stay home. We just didn't legit think it would be for as long as it has been.
Right.
So,
man.
But I mean, we're in a really blessed position to where like Prince is retired now. The kids are, you know, doing homeschool and things like that. So it's worked.
I just saw online that this father built like a mini roller coaster in the backyard during COVID. It took him 4 months.
Wow.
And I was like, oh my God, that's
I'm
My
handy.
kids are
I'm
jealous.
handy, but I'm not that handy. And
Yeah,
I don't foresee Prince doing that. So
Has he done anything? Has he done it? What?
no. I put together a Legree machine, and that's pretty much about as handy and over the top as I've been. So but yeah, that's about it.
The green machine is that barbecue thing?
No, Legree. It's like a Pilates kind of reformer. So yeah, I figured if I was gonna be stuck inside, then I might as well start doing something. So yeah, so we ordered one of those. It's good. Yeah, it's been because it's still relaxing, but works you out. And ironically, Prince and the boys love it, so it's been helpful for them too. So that's been the only new kind of quarantine thing that we're doing.
Are your kids in school, out of school?
They are doing the homeschool, which, a lot of kids here, a lot of their friends are still doing face-to-face and they're physically going to school. But like I said, we'd already been quarantined since March. So I assumed that sending them now would be a little bit more dangerous just because we literally have not been around anyone. Like, it's not the type of Floridian that's like, oh, but I have 10 people at my house every day. It's legit. It's only been us four. So
wow.
Yeah.
Man, I give you credit. I don't know if I could do that.
This was at the bar every night. I'm like,
Yeah.
going from her, like, oh, I'm going to Soho House. I'm going to house. Like,
I mean, I joke saying if I was in LA, if I had restaurants worth going to or bars worth going to, it might be hard. But I mean, we're here. I mean, Disney was closed down forever. There's really nothing to do. And so at first it was nice because you got family time.
Right.
But after a while, like, I finally got more animals to kind of be companions for the kids. And
Oh, really? What'd you get?
Yeah. We got my son, one of the sons got a King Corso and the other one got a Frenchie. So
wow, a King Corso?
Yeah, it's like a big, huge dog. It's 4 months and it's already a giant. And so we already have a pet pig. So it's already it's a fun house.
Yeah, like a real pet pig.
So those are your three. You have 3 pets, or you have more than that?
Prince has the pig. I have hairless cats, and the kids have their dogs now.
Oh my God!
Hairless cats.
What a collection!
We're like the opposite. We have the furrier the better in our house. We have a very furry cat.
Oh, see, it started as a joke. Prince wanted an animal, and so I was like, okay, if you get a tiny hairless cat, you can get it. And next thing I know, it was here like a week later. So
oh my God,
he called my bluff, but she's my baby.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's such an eclectic group of pig, hairless cat, and dogs. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's very entertaining.
Who's the meanest of all of them? The pig?
Probably, yeah, because he just wants to chill. So, if you get in his space, it's not that he's mean. It's just he's like a grumpy old man that just walks around. So
yeah.
That's about it.
Is he a big one, like one of those big ones, pot belly?
It was not sold as such, but yes, it is. It went from a cute, tiny little thing to, oh, this is like a real pig. So yeah. Oh, yeah, it's very entertaining for people that come to work on the house. They're like, wait, hold on. Is that what I think it is? And so, yeah,
So does he just like chill like in the backyard or?
Oh yeah, he just walks around, does his own thing.
Oh my God, I
love
that.
Yeah,
I love that.
He chills the Prince in his man cave at night, and so it's part of it.
That is so funny. I love that.
How funny.
So we tagged a little thing at the bottom where one of the products that we sent you was our growth factor cream. We were just talking about it. So for everyone just joining us, we have the code ChanelGF for growth factor.
Mm-hmm.
And you can use that.
15% off if they want to purchase it tonight. So, well, actually, there's 24 hours they can purchase. So, have you started using the products?
I did as soon as I got it because I haven't left the house. So, lasers and facials and Botox have obviously not been a thing. And so I'm one of those that I don't want to see my eyebrows move or anything like that. So it's been
you and me both.
So the more like little tiny signs I'm getting of everything wearing off, and I was like, okay. But no, I was actually very shocked. My husband even said the same thing. He's like, it looks like you had something done. He's like, I don't know what that is that you get done when you come back and you're kind of red and smooth and baby-like, but that's it. So I think he's seen it. Like, and when I FaceTime people with no makeup, everyone's kind of like, wow, what are you doing? So my mom's already threatening me to send her some, so I have to get on that.
Yeah. So we sent you our growth factor cream, filler in a bottle, which is like everyone's favorite, my personal favorite, and our wrinkle erase serum. And the wrinkle erase serum, the wrinkle erase serum and the filler in a bottle, that's a pretty dynamic duo there too. So for everyone who can't really get out to get their Botox and fillers, like those two are going to be your next best bet.
I mean, it really did. Like I contemplated coming with no makeup just to kind of show that it really is phenomenal. Like I was, I mean, and I have really sensitive skin, so I was kind of skeptical to see like how my skin would react. And it's been nothing. Like I've had no odd reactions, no kind of irritation. So the fact that it's worked flawlessly and it had no issues, I was highly impressed.
Wow. Yeah, it's all natural ingredients and fragrance free, which makes a difference for some people. Some people are allergic to fragrance and things like that that's in it.
Right.
Yeah. And now, since you guys have been kind of like camping out at home and quarantining there pretty good, have you had to wear a mask consistently? Or, because my skin reacted really bad to masks.
Well, no, it's reacted to your products that you're using that weren't YovinoMD.
Right.
Yeah.
She's not, no.
Well, I mean, I haven't, like I said, it's, everyone was joking today because I was calling people as I was getting my makeup or while I was doing my makeup. And I literally have not worn makeup. I mean, as you can tell from my roots, they're horrible. I mean, there's been nothing done. So obviously you have those lazy days where you don't want to go through the whole process of doing everything. But since I received the products, I was even more diligent about, doing morning and night and kind of staying with a routine. But I've noticed I was really dry beforehand, and I was kind of getting a lot of kind of congestion, and it could have been because of how dry I was, of how much more wrinkled I thought I looked. But no, everything's been great. It's like I said, you guys have a flawless product, that's for sure. So.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, we worked pretty hard on it.
So now, what is the difference between because I've been using them all three together. So is there like one that is just you have to have?
So they're all a little bit different. The wrinkle erase serum, so the wrinkle erase serum and the growth factor both increase your collagen and elastin, but the growth factor will repair your damaged DNA along with it.
Oh, okay.
And then the filler in a bottle is actually what filler is made of, which is hyaluronic acid. And you already have that in your skin, but we're adding 4 different size hyaluronic acids back in, and that's your hydrator. So that should replace your normal moisturizer that absorbs in and that pulls water with it, and then that keeps your skin moisturized.
Okay.
Of the 3, they all complement each other in some way. But if you're like, look, okay, my main thing is that I really want to boost my collagen, then wrinkle erase serum, growth factor, and a retinol, those 3 things will be the most to build your collagen back up of all of our products. And then fill in our bottles, your hydrator. Like when people say, what's your moisturizer? That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You really don't need a moisturizer with filler in a bottle. I was making that mistake.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I was breaking out, because I was doing the most. And so I removed the moisturizer that I was putting on top of my filler in a bottle, and my skin cleared up pretty quickly.
Crappy stuff.
I know.
But I've been using the growth factor more so than any other product right now, and it gives me a glow. It keeps me hydrated, even with that. But all of them do a little bit of something.
Well, like I said, I mean, I've been using all 3. Whatever the growth factor, the last one, like the kind of the moisturizer, it gives such like this smooth kind of. Almost like an airbrush finish.
Right.
Exactly.
I like this. So yeah, it's really nice.
Does do that. It gives you this like silkiness
Baby
that
cells.
Your makeup goes on like so much nicer. And it's almost like
like a primer.
Or like what's the other? There's some things that's like a pore minimizer. You know, it has that like pearly.
Right.
It almost has that feel to it.
Yeah,
that's what I was getting more from it. I was like, oh, it kind of gives like a really blank kind of smooth canvas, kind of like you said, where it's kind of like a primer / pore minimizer.
Right.
Like I said, it's nice, and anytime that my husband can notice it, then obviously it works.
That's when you're doing something right.
But I mean, he did go for years without realizing that I was getting Botox and fillers. So, you know, he's getting better now. He's learning.
Yeah, that's so funny. Aw. You want to go?
So we're gonna start
A new little game we got for you.
Okay.
So let's give people a little bit of background. You are married to Prince. You've mentioned him a few times. He is a professional, ex-professional baseball player.
Yes.
One of the best. And,
What point?
What'd you say?
I said at one point I was very biased. So
Well,
I'll give credit where credit's due now.
Exactly. So we're gonna call this the fastball, our fastball with you, okay?
Rapid fire.
Rapid fire.
Okay.
So we're gonna bounce it off you. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So first up, who is your go-to designer for your favorite clothes?
It's everything. It's whatever. Kim Cartier tells me to do.
Yeah. You have great style.
Yeah. And who's that? Is that your stylist?
So yes, his name's Mike, and he's my little
Guru.
fairy godmother, I guess. Very fashion guru. Yes.
Where's Mike?
He is based out of DC.
Okay.
But he literally sends me links, and you know, and he's good on the rapid fire. He'll tell me exactly. I give him a day to get something, and he will send whatever I need and get it done, or he'll pluck whatever I have out of my closet that I haven't used in God knows how long, and give it a whole new love. So
does he fly down to see you, go through your closet, say, okay, put these aside, look at these, like, well, what does he do?
Yeah, so he comes down every once in a while. He'll kind of go through and get rid of my decades of hoarding of clothes, and he's like, I can tell what stage of life you were in. He's like, this was the hills, this was this. He's like, all this has got to go. So, but no, he comes through, he cleans out everything. He does mine and Prince's closets, and he'll put together some looks from that. But it also helps him in the future to be able to kind of build around that. So,
right.
I think I might need December. Okay.
Yeah.
Who is your go-to designer for shoes?
as of late, it's literally been, it's, and Mike's going to kill me for saying this, but it's been Uggs, only because I've been, or not Uggs, no, sorry, Crocs, which are even worse.
I feel like Crocs are like making a comeback right now.
They really are. And every time I get a pair in, he's like, can you please throw those away? And can you stop? But it's only for quarantine. He's made me promise that it won't happen out of that. So, but no, I've been on a really big vintage kick. So we've been trying to find as many kind of vintage shoes, lately. So a lot of Chanel and things like that.
Are you the real shopper?
Yes, both, either selling and buying. So yeah, but like I said,
addicted to it.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's watching, but my mom's totally addicted to it.
Yeah, it's a really bad addiction. So, but like I said, as much as I shop from there, I'm able to give as well. So
my son Tyler calls it the fake.
I mean, I'm shocked because there's certain things that they haven't accepted from me that I'm like, look, I have the receipts. Like, how many times do I have to send this to you? But
and
they
really particular.
Do. Yeah, they are.
If you don't have the tag on it, even if it has a label, they were like, no, it doesn't have the tag on it.
Wow.
Yeah.
They won't take it. They're and if there's like one teeny dot, they're like, it's dirty.
Yeah.
And you're like, Okay.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun trying to figure out what they keep and what they don't. So
we have a store right around the corner, so.
Yeah. So that would be dangerous.
All right, so you look beautiful right now.
Thank you.
What's your favorite makeup line?
Did we ask him?
Pat McGrath probably has been my go-to.
That's the lip gloss I'm wearing.
Yeah, see?
What about your favorite go-to designer for handbags? We skipped that one.
I mean, I hate to say I've been on a Birkin kick for a long time. I know it's like super Insta famous kind of right now, but that's any kind of limited. I mean, obviously Louis Vuitton's had a huge comeback with Virgil and things like that. But yeah, it's pretty much the staples that I know that I'll have for a long time.
Your favorite vacation spot?
Probably St. Bart's. Yeah, that's always the go-to.
I've never been.
We missed you guys in Maui. We were there at the same time.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Like I said, that would probably be my favorite spot if we lived closer. It's just by the time we got there, I was like, we could have gone to Europe. Like,
yeah, right, from Florida, right. I asked vacation spot, right?
Yep. You want to go?
No,
Okay. Favorite lipstick color?
Any nude. I mean, yeah. I mean, every once in a while I'll throw in a red, but for the most part, it's a nude. But I mean, like I said, it's everything from Pat McGrath to Kim Kardashian to, I mean, whatever I can get my hands on, it works in a time.
Do you like the KKW brand?
I was just gonna ask that because I've never tried it.
Right.
I do. Like, it's one of those things where you kind of don't want to like it. It sucks to say, like, you don't want to kind of give in to the masses, but I was a huge fan even of the Kylie ones just because they did not budge, and it was one of those things where you could have it on for like 3 days. But yeah, no, it's actually they've done a great job with it. I can't even hate on it.
Yeah. The colors are beautiful. Yeah.
I heard you, like, when you put it on, it stays on. And if you're like them and you're out doing all kinds of stuff, media, photography, stuff like that, their makeup is gonna last.
Well, I mean, it was convenient for me whenever Prince was playing, just because I had 3-4 hours at a ball game.
Right.
I'm obviously drinking because I can't do that sober. So I really had to have something that would stay on the whole entire time because I didn't want to be on TV like trying to reapply anything and running back and forth to the bathroom.
Plus, it's probably hot. I mean, it's like
right. And we were in Texas, so it was really bad. So yeah, that was the first product in a long time that actually was pretty spot on.
Okay, good to know.
So KKW or Kylie Skin?
That was originally Kylie, but the KKW's been more of my go-to now, which it's not as matte. It's a little, but it does stay on. So it's one of the only glosses that I found that actually stays on. Between that and Pat McGrath, I go between the both.
Okay. Right here.
Favorite thing about being a mom?
I get to enjoy things over again. Like I get to, when they were younger, you got to really enjoy Christmas and new things, and you really got to live through their eyes, and all those things you kind of forgot about. Now that my kids are teenagers, I'm remembering how, like, I call my mom and apologize all the time, but I was like, but you're a really good child. So, but it's like remembering like all those things again, like homecomings and stuff like that. So I enjoyed that. It's very I'm blessed. I have great kids and they're super into sports, but yeah, I mean, it's probably that. It's enjoying life all over again, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, that's
nice. So, how tall are you?
I'm 5'4".
Okay.
My license says 5'4". I'm 5'3.5", but I'll say 5'4".
You can round up. Okay.
So we know that you lived in multiple places because that's the whole life of a sports wife. Arlington, Texas, Milwaukee, and Detroit, right? Yeah. There's probably other places. Where was your favorite place to live?
I'm a native Floridian, so anything outside of Florida kind of shocks me. I can remember when Prince first got drafted, I'm like, where's Milwaukee? And, and even when we first got there, I was like, oh, there's Christmas trees everywhere. Like, it was such a shock from what I grew up around. Like I said, I really enjoyed the Midwest. I loved Milwaukee. It was completely different. I loved Detroit as much as, everyone would I loved Detroit because it was literally so different everywhere. Like where we lived, Prince was like, I feel like I'm on a set where we live, because I think we were living in Birmingham, I believe it was. But no, I loved
West Bloomfield.
Oh, see, so and he grew up around there, so he was already kind of a little bit more knowledgeable about what to expect there. I had never, when he was in the National League, they were in the American League, we didn't ever play there. We went there like once, and it was literally the ball field, and that was it. But I thoroughly enjoyed just the history of Detroit, like taking my kids to Motown and seeing all those kind of things. So, I mean, out of all the places, I mean, I think I preferred the Midwest over. I mean, I love Texas, but it was kind of like Florida without a beach. So, I mean, it, at least up north was different.
And I don't know if you can speak for him, but of all the places, Detroit was the one place where his dad had his major career. Was that the hardest place for him to kind of also be there because he had huge shoes to fill, even though he was a great player himself?
Right. No, and I think that was a something that don't think he expected as much, you know, because there was different things. There was different ballparks. His dad had a different ballpark than what we had. But because of the history of Mr. Illich and things like that, he felt a little bit more family based there because they had watched him grow up. So being able to go there, have the kids experience the same thing, you know, it sucked because we really wanted to give them, especially Mr. Illich, a World Series. It didn't go that way. We had an amazing team, and because of financial reasons, they had to, you know, everyone deserved a piece of it because everyone was amazing. So
Wow.
we did. I mean, he enjoyed it there. I mean, but it was difficult trying to explain to fans that, look, I can't do what my dad did here. It's a totally different ball field. So
different organization even at that point in time.
Right. But like I said,
you travel everywhere around the country?
We were a traveling circus. I think I was probably the only baseball wife that, I mean, teams would literally give me my own jersey. So with my own number, because almost as a joke, like kind of like, oh, you know, she might as well get a team. But that's what Prince wanted. Like it got, we did a couple months to where the kids had to be in school. Sorry, my cat's over here. We had a couple months where the kids had to be in school, and I was like, you know, I'm going to be that mom that lets them stay in school and, you know, whatever. And Prince was like, I can't do it. You have to come. Like it's you have to be with me. So, but yeah, we went everywhere.
Favorite ballpark or city that you guys used to go to?
For the traveling purposes, LA and New York, obviously, because the shopping and the food and things like that. So those would probably be my favorites.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
What's
you go.
No. What's your favorite date night place?
You're like my house.
You're like
at this point, Here in Florida, like
my kitchen.
I mean, there's really not much to do. So, I mean, our big date nights were literally going probably to improv to go watch comedy shows or to Magic Game. And, you know, we might go out to dinner to like Eddie V's or, you know, there's like a little Italian spot that we really love that's a hole in the wall. So, but for the most part, I mean, our date nights consist of staying here at the house and having game night with our friends. And so.
Does your husband barbecue?
I barbecue.
You What's your favorite? Like, what's your like go-to?
Lately, because Prince stopped eating meat again, so we all had to stop eating meat because he watched that Netflix special, What the Health.
Oh yeah,
so but we're finally on pescatarian, so we're back on fish. So I do a lot of branzino. So that's the one thing that Prince actually does very well is he does the salt bake where he covers it and it bakes within the salt. So I will give Prince that. He does do really well with that.
Love it. Do you have, other than like, you know, the fish, or do you have like a signature, like something that you love to cook or anything like that?
I really like duping places. So that's everyone always joke. I have celiac, so I have to do everything gluten free. Okay. So trying to dupe restaurants is like my biggest I guess, and then trying to do it gluten free and still taste right.
Right.
So, my new kind of go-to overall everyone loves is I duped Carbone's, which is like an Italian restaurant in New York. Yeah. Their spicy rigatoni. So that was like my biggest like pat on the back for that. But yeah, that's about it.
You found a good gluten-free noodle that you like?
I actually have been finding them more from like Italian websites to get there's like the Barilla or whatever it's called here. Yeah. That's okay. But I've really been trying to kind of find more international base to see if it's a little bit better than what we have. But it's gotten a lot better than what it used to be.
For sure.
Yeah. Let me see. Okay, so where are we? Right here.
Do you have season tickets to Disney?
I guess not right
now. We have tickets to Disney, Universal, like you name it. And I think I only go to Disney now when it's wine and dine. Like it's literally to just drink around the world. So
that's Epcot, right?
Yeah.
That's Epcot,
I mean, that's probably the only time I go to Disney, and I get my money's worth because we will literally go, like, I'll grab a friend and we'll just sneak in through the back at like 5 and just get drunk around the world. And so
we had all. Have you been on that?
Yeah, but it's been like, I don't even
So it
remember
had been
how long
years since we had gone to Epcot. We lived in Miami Beach, so we were like, okay, well, let's go to Epcot. We took the kids, and they were young and doing this pain in the butt, okay?
Yeah.
Our oldest son, pain. And so we got there, and we were like, we didn't realize that there was the around the world part. So we got there, and there was the roller coaster and the big dome, and we thought, of course, we had to go to that.
Right.
And so we waited in line, blah, blah. By the time we got to around the world, we got to 2 places, and that was it. He meltdown. We had to leave, and I was like, man, this seems great,
It sucks for kids. Like Epcot's definitely not like a kid friendly. I mean, they have a couple ones, but that's totally the adult kind of park. Now, every time people come into town, they're like, "Oh, we're going to Disney. Come with us," and I'm like, just no.
They need to have a daycare center,
right?
Yeah,
right.
Because it's not the happiest place in the world. Like,
right.
Everyone's stressed. The kids are yelling. It's just not something that. So if I do go, my treat to everyone is always getting a guide because there's literally no other way to go.
That's a good idea.
If not, if I can't drink the whole entire time.
I think I'm gonna get a hotel room and shove my kids in that.
And
we'll go on.
Yeah.
Right?
That sounds like fun.
Where are we at? Where did you grow up? You said Florida?
Yeah. So I was born in Miami, kind of all over Florida. By the time my parents got divorced, settled in Saleh Beach, which is where I met Prince. So his parents moved to Melbourne, which is like a little across the bridge. So that's where we met in like 7th grade. So.
Oh wow!
Really?
Wait, so Miami Beach with Jackson Memorial or Mount Sinai?
It was Miami Memorial. So but I think
the one that was in South Beach.
I think it's Jackson now is what it is, but I don't know. But from what my mom told me, it was Miami Memorial.
There was a Miami hospital as soon as you go down and enter South Beach and it turns into 5th Street. There was a hospital right there that back in the early 2000s closed. A hurricane hit and then it was like.
Yeah, it might have been that. I said, everything that I put on everything is like Miami Memorial. And then even like over the past month, because of Jackson being like the COVID headquarters, I was like, is that where I was at? Like, my mom was like, oh, I don't know. Like,
that's where my 2 kids were born.
Oh, okay. Oh, you guys were here for a while. I thought you guys had been in LA for a while.
We've been here since 2000 and end of 2012. So beginning.
Oh. Yeah. So you guys must have just moved there then when I met you guys then.
Yeah.
So yeah, because I think that's when I started going to you guys was around that time.
Yeah.
So how did you guys meet? You said
let's
when you were
talk
in
about
7th grade?
Yeah, let's talk about this. Let's back up.
I was in, I had met him through friends, not knowing who his dad was. So I had met his dad because I was working at a car wash and his dad was always like, oh, you have to meet my son. And I'm like, oh no, if he's anything like you, I'm good. Like, because his dad was always the one that was like, oh, have her do it. And he was a great tipper. But it was just like, oh, he comes in with all these cards and they're just so hard to clean. But so then when I met Prince, it was at an all boys school because he was going to a military boys school. And I was in ROTC, so I was in drill team. And he was, we were introduced like that because he went to a military boys school. And so like I said, we had been talking, dating off and on. And it wasn't until probably maybe our senior year, I was at by this point, his parents were separated, so they were living separately. So I went to his condo with him, and his dad walked in. He's like, I knew you loved my son. I'm like, no. Like, and everyone was like, how did you not know? I'm like, I don't know. It just didn't even click. I just assumed that he lived at the school or went. I don't know. Like, I was so naive to the whole situation. But we haven't dated since 7th grade. We were really close friends. Started dating. He got drafted. I honestly didn't know much about baseball to think that it would work. So I was like, well, I'm going to go to college. And when this little experiment doesn't work, I will be better and a couple of years ahead. And, and he's like, you do realize I was first round. I'm like, okay, well,
yeah.
And then after a couple of years, and that's when he was like, can you just take the semester off and, come and support me and, see where this goes. And here we are.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you've been married for how many years now?
16? Yeah, somewhere around there. So, yeah, it's been a long time.
Amazing.
Aw. So that goes. That one of our questions was it love at first sight? So I guess that's a no.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like I said, Prince will tell you that, obviously when he first saw me, he's like, I knew she was beautiful. He was like, but she talks so much. Because Prince is so quiet.
Yeah.
And so when I got introduced to him, I'm like, hi, how are you? And he's like, no. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, he'll always jokes. He's like, if she wouldn't have been so like, chipper and high in my face, he was like, but in his defense, he was on his way to gym and his hair was all smushed and he had like his like little gym clothes on. So
That's so cute.
It was love at first sight for his dad, though, I think.
like I said, his dad will always say that he always knew. He'll take the credit all day long for that. So
we kind of covered this one. Do you like to cook?
yes, I'm obsessed with
So the next one is savory or sweet?
savory.
Okay. Like, what are some of your favorite things?
Like if I die and they tell me one thing for the rest of my life, it would probably be chips and salsa and like pork tacos.
Love it.
Bikini or one piece?
It just depends. Like I both. I mean, we'll do both.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've had it, so I'm good with a 2-piece.
Love it. Beach or snow?
Beach.
Yeah, you're a girl.
Oh, but I need to that's in moderation.
Yeah.
So we know you have 2 sons, but do you wish you had a girl?
I do. I have 3 goddaughters, and they're giving me a run for my money of thinking like I'm good with just having like my time with them. So
That's funny.
What have you enjoyed most about quarantining?
The family time. Like I realize that my sons are getting to the age where they're going to be out of here soon. So I think that it was a really nice time to actually just have that alone time and kind of regroup as a family and kind of bond as a family and experience that together. I think that's been the number one kind of take off from this is that.
Do you think they'll follow in their dad's footsteps?
They're trying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of our further down things to talk about. So I know, Prince's dad was a famous baseball player, Cecil Fielder, and then Prince also.
No, I just love how knowledgeable you are.
I was really trying. I know.
Yeah, I love it.
And then Prince, was a famous baseball player. And then, is it going to be disappointing if one of your sons doesn't get there too?
It's funny because Prince really honestly did not want them to play. He really tried everything. We did every single sport. My oldest absolutely loves football, and a couple of Prince's cousins played professionally, and they all watch him play and are like, he can do it. And I'm like, cool. I saw him get hit once. I don't know if I could do that again.
Right.
But they it's in their blood. They're it out, and so
are they both have potential, or is one a little bit better than the other?
They're both,
I'm not anybody.
no, they're both different. My oldest is a completely different athlete in the sense of he has power and speed, and he's everything that I think Prince and Cecil kind of lacked. He has. I always joke saying that he's like my next little Derek Jeter. My youngest is an exact replica of Prince in the sense of he's just this big, powerful being. So, like I said, it's hard to see who would be better. It's just they're both completely different. But they both, as much as they've been training during quarantine, that's all they've been doing. So,
are they super competitive?
Yes.
Who would say they're better? Who would say that is better? If they both
that would be like a 2-hour debate. Two of them. So,
coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Okay.
I'm being from Florida. If you don't drink Cuban coffee like it's water, then something.
Right.
My favorite was café con leche or cortadito.
Yes.
Which did you like, the café con leche or the cortadito?
I am definitely like a colada girl, so I've learned not do milk or anything like that just because of I just want to mainline it in there, and everyone's tries to give me the little cups. I'm like, that's cute. No, give it all.
Right.
So
Yeah, when we were taking, I think it was one of our anesthesia exams during residency. One of my friends was like, I gotta wake up again, and he got that, and that is like 15 shots of espresso, and they give you all these little teeny like mini cups, so you can share it with everybody.
Yeah, no,
and he's like,
it's a cute concept, but like, no, we're just gonna. I'm taking a drink all by yourself. I'm like, I could go to sleep after drinking this. Like,
right. So he downed the whole thing, and then next thing you know, he's like running to the bathroom because he's got diarrhea. Yeah. He was a little crazy. Okay. Spicy or sweet?
Spicy. Yeah, definitely spicy.
Oh, we already got this one. Was it love at first sight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Your son's names.
Yeah.
Jaden. How did you come up with those?
Mm-hmm. Jaden, I did not realize was going to be the number one picked name of the year. I assume because he was mixed, he would have green eyes, and he does not, even though he will sit there in the sun and tell you that they're hazel. But and Haven, his godfather, picked out. So,
oh wow,
I
really like that. I really like name Haven.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So is Chanel your real name?
Yes. Yeah. My mom went full throttle Coco Chanel, and it has haunted me ever since. So
yeah. Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Well, in her defense, she was expecting a boy, and while she was giving birth or whatever, she had watched a documentary on Coco Chanel. So when it came time to name me, she's like, Coco Chanel. Like so that's what it was.
That's what it was. Oh.
Yeah, it's your mom, you said, was living like a little bit in the outskirts or something, like in.
So years of living in Miami and Orlando and all these major cities within Florida, that's a point where she just hates everyone, and so she doesn't like the hustle and bustle of the city, and so she moved out into the middle of nowhere in a literal kind of, lack of a better word, I guess, tree house. So yeah, no, she's at one with all of her animals, and that's where she's at.
Does she have electricity where she's at?
Yeah, no, she has. She's still like water.
I like water.
Yeah. Wow. We all have a Florida connection. My mom and dad live in Florida.
Oh, really? What part?
Yeah. They live in Naples, and then they have a condo in New Smyrna Beach, which isn't, I think, too far from Orlando, in like kind of that area.
Yeah, we're kind of a good mix of East West. It doesn't take us far to get in.
Yeah.
And Justin's mom lives in Tampa, and he was born and raised there.
Yeah, but you were born and raised in Michigan, though, right?
In Michigan. My parents had a condo in Marco Island, like back in the day, but they got rid of that.
Oh, okay.
They live in California now.
I used to be a sports reporter, so I have a long 10 years of working in sports. And my first internship in sports, I was still in college, was actually with the Cleveland Indians. And yeah, so baseball was kind of like my first introduction to sports. And I'll never forget my first assignment was at batting practice, and this was like a long time ago. Like CC Sabathia played for the Indians back then, so this was like a long time ago. And I was just like, okay, sports is it for me. Like it just like I grew up with it because I'm from Ohio, and I'm the youngest of 3 girls, so I'm like the son that my dad never had. So
now that's you into medical then versus sticking with sports.
So aesthetics has always been like a big thing for me all throughout college. And even when I was in high school, my senior year of high school, I worked at Sephora.
Oh, okay.
So I worked at Sephora for over 5 years, because even my first even my first year as a sports reporter, I mean, I didn't make any money. So I was still working at Sephora, and I would tell, Dr. Sarah.
She's a jack of all trades. Anything I say, she's like, I used to do that. I'm like, how's it possible?
I just like have memories of like, I would go from like interviewing Tiger Woods to like cleaning the
bathroom. She's an equestrian too. Like I would tell her, I should do that. I won all the shows.
I mean, if you can commentate baseball and interview players, especially during practice, I mean, you're definitely a jack of all trades, because that's
So it's so aesthetics always has
baseball,
had like
soccer.
Yeah, it's always had a hold on my heart. And when all of my contracts were up in TV, I told my best friend who lived out here and has the same job that I do with the Yovinos, was like, I have the job for you. And it was with a plastic surgeon, and I just kind of worked my way up, and I'm coming up on 2 years with
And
the
then we
Yovinos.
snatched her from
Yeah.
that person.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it was like a super easy transition for me. You know, I just have like loved it ever since. And
Now, then that's what took you out to LA then, was just,
yep. Yeah, I moved out here. This May will be 5 years.
oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So it felt like it took 2 weeks and I was like, this is it for me. I love it here. I can't imagine living anywhere else.
No, we get asked probably once a month from the boys when we're going to move to LA, because we always said that, oh, well, when Prince retires, we'll go. And that's like their favorite place ever. So
yeah.
I
A
can,
lot of the people we've had on, like guests on the show, all of them usually have a place like out here because for business or things like that, you know, it's just like a city where there's something always going on. It's a little different right now, but
There's like, it feels like nothing's going on.
I know.
Yeah.
from us, I mean, I would probably fly out there once every 3 months, I think, because I mean, that's how our children are. And during the summer, we'd generally go and spend at least a month or so out there. So they've gotten really kind of close to, you know, everything out there. And they're really comfortable in the sense of like knowing their way around. Like we used to say, my son would just up and like start walking out. I'm like, excuse me, where are you going?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going over to Mastro's. I'm craving a butter cake. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, we've been in LA too long. We're going.
Yeah. Yeah. If he knows the butter cake, he's been in LA too long.
Yeah, exactly. No, I do. Like I said, that's the one thing I do miss. I miss LA. I miss being able to just walk around and shop in amazing restaurants and kind of just lose yourself within like these cute little places to have like a mimosa or, you know, whatever. So
I think we're all looking forward to the day.
Because it's a little
when
boarded up right now.
Yeah,
you know,
everything
like,
is boarded up right now.
anticipated,
Yeah.
like riots and things. So.
up, and it's so sad. I mean, it was already sad enough to watch everything kind of start closing down. You start seeing all these businesses kind of going down, and then it's so I an eye opener whenever I finally get to go back.
I know.
And not all the restaurants are open completely for seating, you know, and you have to seat outside, and now it's super cold out. It's like 50 degrees.
60 degrees. It's freezing.
It dipped into the 30s.
So
It's cold. You know, so hopefully things will start to pick up and we can eat inside and we can just enjoy things again. And, you know, we just got an Amber Alert yesterday. Well, like came through like an Amber Alert about COVID. And who knows what's going to happen.
I know.
yes, yeah.
I know.
It's like,
I mean, I really, every year around this time, I look forward to the Vuv Polo match. So that was like a little like, I miss it. But yeah, I mean, like I said, one day we'll see. I don't know if I'm ever going to be brave enough to hop on a plane again. So I applaud.
Oh, you will.
You know, believe it or not, a lot of people that I know have already flown. Like Ashley flew to Florida and back. Justin flew to Florida and back. And actually, everybody in our staff except me has gotten on a plane since COVID's hit, and nobody has gotten sick. Not one.
Well, they have said that it is safer, though. They, you know, the way it's all done. So I'll give it that. Everyone in the airport, all that stuff. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Like, at this point, I don't know if we're ever going to be good with being around people. Like Prince is just with everyone right now. Every time he watches anything, he's like, I can't do it. I can't imagine someone physically touching me and coming near me. I'm like,
I know.
I have to get away from that. Like we're going to have to kind of start being around people and do it. And boys with them, they have to start playing soon. So I'm hoping by the beginning of next year they will. But even then, you know, I'm like, what are you going to do, Prince? And he's like, I'm staying in the don't talk to me seats out in like the outfield. Like, he's like, don't talk zone.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll ever feel comfortable being around people, but I mean, I know.
It's funny, like when I see crowds on TV, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
Know? It's
and
like
then
a
she's
weird
like,
thing.
I'm going to the bar.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit that club.
Not
I'm
the
gonna
bar.
hit
I'm not going to the bar.
Yeah. But our
Restaurants.
Yeah.
like my
In
cousin
the hotel.
Yeah.
largest clubs here, and he's like, I'm packed every night. He's like, I don't understand. Like, I don't know if I hope it doesn't end. He's like, but I mean, I think because they're probably one of the only nightclubs truly open in America.
Wow.
And he sends me pictures, and the whole time I'm cringing, and I'm like, I want your plasma, whatever it is that you have, because he has that, like, give me all that.
You're right. Right.
Yeah, for
Well,
sure.
as soon as things do open up, you have to come out to LA
That's
and
right.
see us.
Oh,
For
for
sure.
sure. Like I
Yeah.
said, I look forward to getting all my Botox and fillers.
The works. I know.
It's
I know.
new.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, this has been so much fun.
Yeah.
Thank
Stay
you
safe
for having
during this hurricane. Thank you. Stay safe. We hope everything, works out.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will.
All right. Send our love to Prince and the kids.
Will do. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.